20% retracement. 20% retracement. 20% retracement. 20% retracement. Currently, 16% retracement. The human mind is designed for immediate survival. If you want to stay alive, control your emotions. When in doubt, zoom out. Buy red, sell green. Don't be the dip, buy the dip. Don't be the top, sell the top. You already know this information. Take control.
By default, the human mind sucks at trading and investing. By default, your mind is no good. This is why trading and investing is difficult, and it's a high value skill that takes time to develop. Emotions are a killer in investing and trading. It is actually hilarious how much emotion we're seeing. Things are looking pretty good. It's actually stable near the previous all-time high. And Bitcoin is still in the parabolic trend, and we are at base 4 according to the textbook. This is not my opinion. This is what the textbook suggests. Every time the price touches the parabolic trend line, that is the creation of a base. And we have touched it once, twice, 3 times, and now possibly a 4th, maybe getting some sideways chop into the parabolic trend line. The human mind is set up for immediate survival. Your brain is designed to survive right now. So whenever the price does something in the immediate term, your instinct is to react to that immediate event. And that is the issue with a lot of people when they are trading and investing, is that reaction they have. Because again, your brain sucks at it by default. You have to train yourself into the mindset. And a lot of people, they kind of just go along with the herd. If everybody on Twitter is happy and, oh, it's a bull market, it's a bull market, people have no problem buying in right here. As long as everybody else is happy, the herd is happy. But if the herd begins to get scared and show fear, people back off. Oh, the herd is scared. I feel scared. It's a herd mentality. And so you need to break away from your survival instincts, and you need to break away from your herd mentality in order to do the right thing in the market. The correct thing to do is very often the opposite of what your brain is telling you. For example, Bitcoin currently in a short-term downtrend within a long-term uptrend. Somebody may get scared here, one of you guys, and you click the sell button right here. And then the price, goes down for a little bit. And you feel like, oh, I guess, I made the right decision. Look, it's going down. And then the next day it's back up. And then it's above where you sold. And now you have to get back in the market. And the whole time, the whales were distributing the high and buying the low. And you were doing the exact opposite of what you should have been doing, right? And so I'm not saying that this downtrend is over. Bitcoin is still in a lower low, lower high trajectory. It is very possible that we retest the top side of this channel, punch back down, hit the low end of this channel, maybe right under 60,000. That would be a good psychological level, spook the market. Oh no, we're back below 60. And then people get scared out of their positions, and then the liquidity increases, the whales eat it up. Right now in the short term, people are asking, how low could we go? And then once we get up to the high, people will be asking, how high could we go? And really it's the exact sort of opposite of what you should be asking, which is, where's the support? Where do I buy? And it's, where's the resistance? Where do I sell? And if Bitcoin did get that extension on the weekly up, what's going to happen is they're going to just assume that this level is over with, and we're just going to go up and up and up and up and up, all the way up, and it's not going to come back. Likely that will also be the wrong idea. Most people will get it wrong. I mean, this is nothing, right? What we're getting right now is nothing compared to what you might see in the coming months if Bitcoin continues this, gets the extension up to 90,000. At that point, we're going to be vertical. And at that point, that's when everyone's convinced that the bull market is back. We're going to go up and up and up, 100K, whatever. And that's the point where most people are vulnerable and sort of just mesmerized by the bullish price action. That's when you have to be most careful, because this is where your huge parabolic trend breakdown takes place, and you get a huge washout and a big correction and a consolidation. And then I would think, because we're so early, the halving hasn't even happened yet, after that move, likely consolidate and then run up again at a later point. Most people are going to assume that the bull run is over if the chart looks like this, They're going to assume that's it, it's over, but it's just another reaccumulation zone before a much further punch to the upside. And there are a couple charts, a couple data points that lead to the idea of a long consolidation. Willy Woo has this chart called Bitcoin Macro Index. So at this rate, the Bitcoin Macro Index is pumping. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a top by mid-2024, kind of like what I'm talking about here, which would hint at a double pump cycle like 2013, where you get this huge run, big consolidation, and the second move up, which right now makes sense, right? Because we've been talking about this parabolic trend. And the textbook is saying that the target is 90,000. And if that is the target, which is also the sell point for that current trend, well, it might mean that we just have a big consolidation afterward, sort of confuse everybody, and then have a second move, a second major run, a second major trend to the actual all-time high. And that would be going along with what Willy Woo is saying here. And also this chart from CryptoCon on Twitter, he is saying that Bitcoin is facing resistance for the first time in a while at the all-time high, which is completely natural. The monthly relative vigor index has crossed a 0.21 value, which in the past has marked cycle top to come in 10 months, December of this year. But yeah, I just wanted to share those ideas with you guys, those charts, those concepts. In the Patreon, I did release this spreadsheet, or a spreadsheet that has targets for a lot of top coins, including Bitcoin. And I used AI to create calculations based on the ratio of past gains. Gives me 95,000. As the minimum target, which is very similar to this target here, interestingly enough, and the median target of 142. And if things go really well, we would hit 190,000. But anywhere, closer to 142, maybe. But it could be between 95 and 142. It could be like 124,000, something along those lines. But these are the areas that I'm looking at just based off a rough estimate. But right now, what we have in crypto is a lot of attention. And when it comes to Wall Street getting involved, these guys, they only care about money. They don't care about Bitcoin maximalism and all these things. They are accumulating at low levels and distributing at higher levels for profit. Right now, everybody's eyes are on Bitcoin. Everybody's eyes are on crypto. So with that in mind, if you're somebody that has a lot of Bitcoin that you need to figure out how you're going to sell it, how you're going to take profit, the best time to do it is when everybody's watching, when everybody's interested. The crowd is always most bullish when they are fully invested. So when the crowd is very enthusiastic and becoming fully invested, that is when the whales look to get out, because that's the liquidity that they need. They need all those enthusiastic people to take those Bitcoin off their hands so they can get their cash. That's how the game is played. And so right now we still have a lot of fear, guys. And so I don't think that the crowd is fully invested yet, because this dip, even though it's the same 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, and now almost 20%, it's the same little dip that we've gotten this whole time, but the crowd is very fearful. So I don't think that the crowd is fully invested yet. The crowd is fully invested when basically everyone's super happy about the price going up. Everybody's in a profit. People aren't afraid of dips anymore. That's when you know the crowd is fully invested. And the crowd's enthusiasm is a signal for large players that now's their chance to get out of the market. And if that is the case, right, and we break the parabolic trend after the halving, a lot of people are going to assume that the cycle is finished. And so the whales have successfully distributed and then reaccumulate and then send it up higher, and everyone will have sort of given up and walked away. But a lot of retail will be like, oh, this is too crazy for me. The price is just doing, I need to get out of this. Current target is 90,000 for this current trend, which could then end up with a breakdown, consolidation, and a further expansion of the trend could take place at a later date. And sort of what that would mean is a lot of all-time high accumulation could be sort of the play here, where there's a lot of sideways action at the all-time high zone, much more than people would want. And then after that, send it up to a much higher target. That's kind of what I expect right now. That is my current outlook on things. I'm bullish. I think that the dips right now are generally just for buying, and we are still well within the parabolic trend. And the textbook is suggesting a target of 90,000 for this current trend. And if we punch up to that target, We're going to be basically vertical at that point, vertical price action. The crowd will be most bullish and they will be fully invested, which is a great time for whales to take profit, break the parabolic trend, consolidate, and then punch up at a later date. Probably the most likely scenario in my opinion, and most people are not going to make it because most people just want straight up and they can't deal with any bit of a challenge. They can't deal with any volatility. So if you're able to deal with it, you win in the end. The chart just goes up and to the right in the end. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash a like, subscribe to this channel. Also, if you are coming into crypto or maybe you've been in crypto for a while, then you need an exchange that is going to be there when you need it to be reliable. And Kraken has been around since 2011. There's not many, I don't think there's any other exchange that can really say that. Kraken has been around since 2011. There are many exchanges nowadays, and a lot of them seem to come and go. With Kraken, they are here for the long term. So definitely click that link below and sign up for Kraken today. This channel is sponsored by Kraken Pro. So if you guys want to support this channel, click that link below and sign up. And I'll see you all in the next video.